After 6 seasons of not having this theme week, they finally brought it back to Dancing with the Stars. How's it going, guys? It's Eric Sharkey, aka Dancing with the Stars Superfan, back with another video. And last night on Dancing with the Stars was the return of Latin Night, one of the most traditional theme weeks ever. So our remaining 13 couples danced to Latin music. Also, if you guys like this video, or if you guys are new to the channel, be sure to hit that subscribe button down below and smash that like button and ring that bell to get notified for more Dancing with the Stars content from my channel. A few days prior to that, I had to make sure I pronounced the song title and the music artist correctly. Luckily, I was able to listen to the song, some interviews, and the Google Translator helped me to make sure I pronounced it correctly. With a lot of practice, I was able to get better and better at it. Before I get into all the dances, there is some good news and bad news I want to share with you guys. First, before the show, Arden revealed to us that he tested positive for COVID, so Ezra had to fill in for him. This is exciting for Ezra because he finally made his Dancing with the Stars pro debut in just his 2nd season on Dancing with the Stars. Hey, even though we don't have a troupe this season, some of the members who were part of the troupe last season are still part of the show this season. Now I'm going to share some good news to you guys. Even though the ratings were 4.78 million views, according to Variety, they combined them with ABC, Disney Plus, and Hulu. It went up to 6.5 million views altogether. When I first found that out, I was like, I don't believe it. My sources were right. We did see some improvement in the ratings compared to the last 2 seasons, and it feels like the vibe of Dancing with the Stars is up again, which is awesome. Now, on to the dances. First up is Lele and Brandon dancing the Samba to Gasolina by Daddy Yankee. I felt like she came out of the gate well because she's Venezuelan and she had that rhythm inside her. Derek said he liked the rhythm and he loved that she attacked the dance. Bruno also liked the dance, but he needed to be more polished. And both of them said it was wild at times. And Carrie Ann said she just set this place on fire and she burned it all down. So for their Samba, they will receive all 7 from the judges, which gives them a 21 out of 30. Next up is Tyson and Jenna dancing the Salsa to Aguanile by Willie Colon and Hector Lavoie. Bruno said he was on time and he got the results he was hoping for. And Carrie Ann said it was a complete difference from last week. Last week he was kind of flat-footed. This week he was more comfortable and he was hoping to fire up the dance floor, and he did. So for their Salsa, they will receive all 6s from the judges, which gives them an 18 out of 30. Next up is Barry and Peta dancing the cha-cha-cha to Oye Como Va by Tito Puente. Carrie Ann said it wasn't really in sync, and Derek knows that he was slipping most of the time. As I was watching them dance from the beginning to the end, I was amazed by some of the moves he did, so that shows me he can move. So for the cha-cha, they will receive all 5s from the judges, which gives them a 15 out of 30. Peta actually cussed when Carrie Ann pulled out the 5. He just celebrated his 69th birthday and he was hoping that he could receive a much higher score than last week, but unfortunately, they wouldn't. Maybe next week. Next up is Adrian and Britt dancing the Samba to Taki Taki by DJ Snake, featuring Selena Gomez, Ozuna, and Cardi B. I felt like the Samba was kind of wobbly and he did lose some technique in that dance. Everyone knows that the Samba is a very hard dance. As long as he got through the dance, that's all that matters. So for their Samba, they will receive all 5s from the judges, which gives them a 15 out of 30. Next up is Mira and Gleb dancing the Salsa to Bailando by Enrique Iglesias. Bruno said she had the body of the salsa, and he noticed a couple of mistakes, and Carrie Ann noticed the consistency was lacking. I also noticed the salsa was a bit off. Overall, it was an A for effort dance, and it was nice that she did this dance for her friend that passed away. So for their Salsa, they will receive all 6s from the judges, which gives them an 18 out of 30. Next up is Sochi and Val dancing the Salsa to Don't Go Yet by Camila Cabello. I really don't have anything to say about this dance because all 3 of the judges loved that dance, and it was a massive improvement compared to last week. Also, she overcame her fear of heights to where she had to jump off the table and Val had to catch her, and they pulled it off very well. So for their Salsa, they will receive all 8s from the judges, which gives them a 24 out of 30. Next up is Ariana and Pasha dancing the Samba to Mi Porto Bonito by Bad Bunny and Chencho Corleone. Derek said he liked the Samba roll in the beginning, but she needs to work on her arm placements. Bruno said she lost her balance and she made a mistake. Despite the mistakes and some of the issues she made, it was still a good Samba. So for their Samba, they receive a 6 from Carrie-Anne and 7s from Derek and Bruno, which gives them a 20 out of 30. Next up is Mauricio and Emma dancing the salsa to Kimbara by Celia Cruz, Willie Colon, and Johnny Pacheco. During the middle half of the routine, I did notice his footwork was kind of small, and he kind of lost his footwork and he kind of lost his technique in that dance as well. At least there were some positives in that dance. The one thing that I really liked was the neck lift in the beginning. Although he made some mistakes, the good news is he came back strong. So for their salsa, they receive all 4s from the judges, which gives them a 12 out of 30. Next up is Allison and Sasha dancing the tango to Can't Remember to Forget You by Shakira featuring Rihanna. Carrie-Anne noticed a little dent in the shoulders, and Derek is so proud of her because he thought she did well. Carrie-Anne also said she wanted her to work on her dancing, and she did. So for their tango, they receive a 7 from Carrie-Anne and 6s from Derek and Bruno, which gives them a 19 out of 30. Next up is Charity and Ezra dancing the cha-cha-cha to She Bangs by Ricky Martin. Derek liked the dance, but he wanted her to connect with her partner, whether it's Artem or Ezra, and Carrie-Anne said it was too tight. Even though she made some small mistakes and it was a last-minute situation, Ezra did an excellent job during his very first dance as a Dance with the Stars pro. So for their cha-cha, they receive all 7s from the judges, which gives them a 21 out of 30. Next up is Harry and Riley dancing the salsa to Arranca by Becky G featuring Omega. Bruno did notice that he was putting in a lot of effort into that dance. He had more steps, and his timing was a little bit off at times. In my mind, it was a slight improvement from last week. It doesn't seem like a lot, but they're little steps. But he's getting there, just give him some time. So for their salsa, they receive all 5s from the judges, which gives them a 15 out of 30. Next up is Jamel and Allen dancing the cha-cha-cha to Shake Senora by Pitbull featuring T-Pain and Sean Paul. Carrie-Anne noticed a mistake in the middle of the routine, and she wants her to work on her posture when it comes to positioning her torso. And Derek and Bruno noticed some mistakes in that dance. Although the judges pointed out some mistakes in that routine, they did appreciate the fact that they were having fun out there. So for their cha-cha, they receive a 6 from Carrie-Anne and 5s from Derek and Bruno, which gives them a 16 out of 30. And last up are Jason and Daniela dancing the rumba to Quizás, Quizás, Quizás by Andrea Bocelli featuring Jennifer Lopez. I would describe this rumba as a sexy rumba. The control, the fluidity, the arms, the hips, and the movements in that rumba were nothing but phenomenal. But Carrie-Anne did notice a tiny misstep. Even though they had a tiny misstep, it was still a great rumba to end Latin night. So for the rumba, they receive all 8s from the judges, which gives them a 24 out of 30. Now let's take a look at the leaderboard from last night. There is a two-way tie at the top of the leaderboard with 24 points are Jason and Daniela, and Sochi and Val. Charity and Ezra and Lele and Brandon tied with 21 points, Ariana and Pasha with 20 points, Allison and Sasha with 19 points. A two-way tie with 18 points are Mira and Gleb, and Tyson and Jenna. Jamel and Allen with 16 points, Adrian and Britt, Barry and Peta, and Harry and Riley tied with 15 points, and at the bottom are Mauricio and Emma with 12 points. The best dances of the night are Jason Mraz and Sochi Gomez, and the improvements of the night are Allison Hannigan and Tyson Beckford. Now, let's get to the results. Adrian and Britt and Jamie Lynn and Allen are the bottom 2, while the rest of the 11 couples were safe and moving on to next week. Not surprising because these are the only controversial contestants this season, which means Jamie Lynn and Allen are the second couple eliminated, while Adrian and Britt are safe. I honestly really don't have much to say about this one because when she was announced as one of the contestants, she wasn't really a fan favorite. And I had a gut feeling that she was going to be in this type of situation by being one of the first ones gone. I do appreciate her efforts on that dance floor, but since she wasn't as popular compared to the others, there weren't enough votes for her to stick around. I was really surprised that Mauricio and Emma were safe. When they were the last couple to be called safe, I was shocked, and I was like, uh-oh, this one is going to be interesting. At the same time, I kind of feel bad for Allen, but life continues. Let me know in the comments down below on what do you guys think of the dances as well as the elimination. And lastly, be sure to tune in to next week for Motown Night, as our remaining 12 couples dance to Motown music. There is also going to be a guest judge, and that is Michael Strahan. After that, it will be Disney Night, but they are calling it Disney 100 Night, because Disney is currently celebrating its 100th anniversary, known as the 100 Years of Wonder. I predicted that in one of my videos, and I was glad that my prediction was right. So anyways, that'll do it for today's video. Thank you guys so much for watching. This is Eric Sharkey, aka Dance with the Stars Superfan. Catch you next time.